Hi friends! So about the end of last year, I wrote or maybe beginning of this year, I wrote a really long post on like books that gave me cottagecore vibes. I've been very attracted to this aesthetic, not that I will actually carry it out in real life because I stay in a city and it's a bit impractical, but I like the idea of, you know, living simply with nature, baking a lot. Okay, I bake a lot, that's the only thing I do. And I was like, okay, let me find books that can sort of fit this vibe for me. And I'm about to update the post. It'll probably be updated by the time this video goes up, so you can check the link below. I'll put it in the description box. And I thought I'll just choose 5 books that I own and that give me these vibes and just introduce them to you. So the thing about cottagecore books is that I feel the whole aesthetic generally gives me a very Western vibe, you know, like British countryside and British cottages. Okay, mostly a very English vibe. Maybe some French, like European vibes as well. But so I want to choose at least like 2 books on this book out of these 5 that were non-British, and they both end up being Japanese because I've spent so much time in Japan and I do love the country. So the first one is Toto-Chan. I cannot believe I missed this book on my first list. It's not exactly countryside living, but it is a lot about, you know, I mean, if you read Toto-Chan, it's about this amazing school that I wished I could have gone to, and how they kind of raise the kids to be confident in themselves. And I feel also the idea of living with nature, like eating, yeah, I think yeah, I feel like nature plays a big part, although now I can't think of anything in specific. But yeah, baby chicks, and you know, it's such cute illustrations. I have this in Japanese as well, but this is the first version I got, which was the English one. Second one is called A Year in Japan. It's like a sort of artistic diary of this author's year in Japan with, I mean, cottagecore much for this. Okay, so I really do like it. There is text inside that I read a little bit, but I remember this for the pictures, and I bought it before I went to Japan, but even looking at it now, it's so reminiscent of my time in Japan. I kind of wish I could draw, but I can't, so this book is like what I wished I could have done with my time. And then I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like a lot of fairy tale plants legends do have a cottagecore vibe. So this one, Plant Lore and Legends, fits the bill so perfectly. It's a very short book, but it's very beautifully illustrated. It's talk about plants, plants including flowers, trees, grain. So it talks about like how people would have used it, what they would have been in different cultures. I think there's a fairly Western emphasis, but it does cover like Chinese culture. I've seen stuff about Indonesia as well. So it's not completely like focused on the Western side of Plant Lore and Legends. So this is quite a good book as well. It's very pretty. And then we have memoirs. So this one's Wilding. It's by Isabella Tree and it's about the Knepp estate. I hope I pronounced it right. It's Knepp. It was a commercial farm run by her husband's family, and basically it wasn't making much financial sense to keep running, and decided, why don't we just give it back to nature, let nature like rewild it in that sense. And it turned out to be very successful. The land got better, obviously, and I think what I remember is that it actually started making like financial sense for them to do this in terms of what they were raising, what they could sell, and of course in the conservation effort. So I found this hugely inspiring in like what we could still do, like small actions that had such big effects. Just letting the land go back and not interfering with it had such a huge effect on the ecosystem of that place. So this is Wilding, would completely recommend it. And my 5th book, making this a very short list, is The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. So it is a bit like what A Year in Japan would have been, you know, but by someone who lived in England and literally living out the cottagecore life. She copied out poems, she did flowers, you know, notes on like how the weather was each day, and yeah, so it's a very nice book to flip through. I really do like to go open it at the start of each month just to see what's going on. And I don't know, I don't think I've ever read this like cover to cover, but I open it quite regularly and just like look at pretty pictures. I feel like this was life. Then I remind myself that people back then didn't have the toilets we do now. And I'm like, you know what? I could stand living in Singapore with all my modern comforts. So these are my 5 books that I completely enjoy and which give me cottagecore vibes, even though I am not fully embracing the aesthetic, and I hope you enjoy them too. So if you've got any other recommendations, please let me know, and I would love to try reading them. Bye!